Why the Britishers gave importance to official documents prepared after surveys for the administrative works. 1. Official documents always help to understand what the people of the country think. 2. Official documents provide information about what officials wish to preserve for posterity. Which of the statements given above is are correct? A. Only one. B. Only two. C. Both one and two. D. Neither one or two. The records mainly tell us what officials thought, what they were interested in, and what they wished to preserve for posterity. However, these records do not always help us to understand what other people in the country felt and what lay behind their actions. Answer is B. Only two. Who among the following was the founding editor of the journal, the Asiatic Society of Bengal, and is also best remembered for deciphering Kharoshthi and Brahmi scripts of ancient India? A. Alexander Cunningham, B. Sir William Jones, C. James Prinsep, D. Samuel Hoare. James Prinsep was an English scholar, Orientalist, and antiquary. He founded the journal The Asiatic Society of Bengal and is also best remembered for deciphering Kharoshthi and Brahmi scripts of ancient India. Answer is C. James Prinsep. Consider the following statements. 1. Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese explorer, was the first European to discover the sea route to India while sailing via Mediterranean and Suez Canal. 2. Portuguese established their first fort in India at Kochi. Which of the statements given above is are correct? A. Only one. B. Only two. C. Both one and two. D. Neither one or two. The sea route through Mediterranean Sea and the Suez Canal was dominated by Arabs during 15th and 16th century. So Vasco da Gama discovered an alternative route from Portugal to India via Cape of Good Hope, Africa. The Portuguese had established their first fort at Kochi in India in 1502. Answer is B. Only two. Which Mughal emperor issued Farman to East India Company granting the right to trade duty free? A. Jahangir, B. Shah Jahan, C. Farooq Siyar, D. Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb issued Farman granting the East India Company the right to trade duty free. However, the officials of the company who carried out private trade were expected to pay the duty. Answer is D. Aurangzeb. In 1792, British took away the sons of Tipu Sultan as hostages and forced him to sign a treaty with them. The treaty is known as A. Treaty of Purandar, B. Treaty of Salbai, C. Treaty of Basin, D. Treaty of Seringapatnam. Treaty of Seringapatnam ended the Third Anglo-Mysore War. Tipu Sultan was attacked by the combined forces of the Marathas, the Nizam of Hyderabad, and the East India Company. Tipu Sultan lost against the combined forces and was forced to sign the treaty. Answer is D. Treaty of Seringapatnam. Who devised the policy of Doctrine of Lapse? A. Lord Wellesley, B. Lord Dalhousie, C. Lord Warren Hastings, D. Lord William Bentinck. Doctrine of Lapse declared that if an Indian ruler died without a male heir, his kingdom would become part of company territory. Lord Dalhousie was the Governor General from 1848 to 1856 and he devised this policy. Satara was the first kingdom to be annexed under this doctrine. Answer is B. Lord Dalhousie. She belonged to Lingayat community. She took arms and led an anti-British resistance movement when the British tried to annex her small state under the Doctrine of Lapse. As a mark of respect to the Queen, erstwhile President Pratibha Patil unveiled a statue of her in front of the Indian Parliament complex. Who is she? A. Rani Velu Nachiyar, B. Rani Gaidinilu, C. Rani Chennamma, D. Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Chennamma was the queen of Kittur in Karnataka. Kittur celebrates the Kittur Utsava from 22nd to 24th of October every year in Rani Chennamma's name. Answer is C. Rani Chennamma. The terms niche and Raiti systems during the 19th century were related to the cultivation of which of the following? A. Jute, B. Indigo, C. Tea, D. Cotton. There were two main systems of indigo cultivation. In niche cultivation, the planter produced indigo in lands that he directly controlled. He either bought the land or rented from other zamindars. In Raiti system, the planters forced the ryots to sign a contract to cultivate indigo on at least 25% of the area under his holding. Answer is A. Indigo. He is known to have mobilized the tribal community against the British and has forced the colonial officials to introduce laws protecting the land rights of the tribals. The state of Jharkhand was created on his birth anniversary in 2000. Who is he? Options are A. Birsa Munda, B. Rana Bhagat, C. Alluri Sitaramaraju, D. Lakshman Nayak. The cause of the Munda revolt was the unfair land grabbing practices by colonial and local authorities that demolished the tribal conventional land system. And Birsa Munda spearheaded the movement. Answer is A. Birsa Munda. Which ruler is known as Shakas conqueror? A. Chandragupta II, B. Chandragupta I, C. Kumaragupta, D. Samudragupta. Chandragupta II led an expedition to western India where he overcame Rudra Singh III, the last ruler of Shakas and hence known as Shakas conqueror. Answer is A. Chandragupta II. Which of the following pilgrims visited India during the reign of Harsha? A. Megasthenes, B. Xuanzang, C. Albuquerque, D. Fahian. Chinese pilgrim Xuanzang spent a lot of time at Harsha's court. Answer is B. Xuanzang. What is the purpose of Kusum and Palash flowers? A. Extraction of oil from seeds. B. Coloring clothes and leather. C. Cooking and making food. D. None of the above. Cones supply kusum and palash flowers to the local weavers and leather workers for coloring of clothes and leather. Answer is B. Coloring clothes and leather. What is mahua? A. Animal, B. Plant, C. Flower, D. None of the above. Mahua is a flower that is eaten or used to make alcohol. Answer is C. Flower. The temples of darkness that were falling of themselves into decay. Who said these words about the Calcutta Madrasa and Banaras Sanskrit College? A. Lord William Bentinck, B. Lord Dalhousie, C. Lord Ripon, D. Lord Macaulay. Calcutta Madrasa and Banaras Sanskrit College upheld the culture and the pride of India, which was not liked by the British. So Lord Macaulay considered them as the temples of darkness that were falling themselves into decay. Answer is D. Lord Macaulay. What was the primary purpose of Paramhans Mandali? A. To revive traditional values. B. To stop child marriages. C. For widow remarriages. D. Abolition of caste. Paramhans Mandali was a secret socio-religious group established in 1849 in Bombay. It was started by Durgaram Mehtaji, Dadoba Pandurang, and a group of his friends. They were primarily interested in breaking caste rules. Answer is D. Abolition of caste. Who founded the Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College? A. Muhammad Ali, B. Shaukat Ali, C. Sayyid Ahmad Khan, D. Deoban School. Syed Ahmad Khan founded the Muhammad Anglo-Oriental College in 1875 at Aligarh, which later became the Aligarh Muslim University. The institution offered modern education including Western sciences to Muslims. Answer is C. Syed Ahmad Khan. Match the list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer. Nagara Shrestri was the chief merchant of the city. Satavaha was the leader of the merchant caravans. Prathama Kulika was the chief craftsman and the head of the scribes were the Kayasthas. Answer is B. Which of the following was written by Chanakya? A. Ashtadhyayi, B. Arthashastra, C. Abhigyana Shakuntalam, D. Malavikagni Mitra. Chanakya authored Arthashastra. The Arthashastra gave in-depth examinations on matters such as history, economics, politics, management, among many other subjects. Answer is B. Arthashastra. Which was the capital of Mauryan Empire? A. Sanchi, B. Ujjain, C. Taxila, D. Pataliputra. Pataliputra, adjacent to modern day Patna, was a city in ancient India originally built by Magadha ruler Ajatashatru in 490 BC as a small fort near the Ganges river. With the rise of the Mauryan Empire, Pataliputra became the seat of power and nerve center of the Indian subcontinent. Answer is D. Pataliputra. Who was the Gandhian leader died fasting for a separate state for Telugu speakers? A. Potti Sriramulu, B. Tanguturi Prakasam Pantulu, C. Alluri Sitaramaraju, D. Sarojini Naidu. Potti Sriramulu was on a hunger strike in support of the formation of a state for Telugu speaking population of Madras Presidency. He lost his life in the process. Answer is A. Potti Sriramulu. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel Just MCQ. Thank you.